It's Eldar versus IG. Amazing. I've not seen this matchup in... Holy shit, guys, it's been a really long time since I've seen this matchup, so I'm quite excited. We've got Mostafa playing as the Force... Not the Force Commander, the Farseer. Mostafa playing as the Farseer, and we've got Deimos and his Inquisitor for the IG. So we're on Ashes of Typhon Redux, a very good IG map, lack of cover. Big map though, so that can help the Eldar as well. I think on a map like this, you know, Banshees might be a pretty good idea, because it's going to be a pain if you send Banshees down the side for the IG to contest that. They're really going to have to rely on Cadishans. And unless they're going for like a one Guardsman build, that might be quite tricky, because they'll want the Cadishans in the main fight as well. But we'll see. We shall see. Typical openings here so far. Triple Guardians, very common. Old school meta against IG, and then your typical double Guardsman build, so no crazy Cadishan spam going on here. Could be an instant kill on a Guardian model there thanks to the Hammer of the Witches. A beautiful ability from the Inquisitor here in this matchup until they get their upgrade with the battle equipment to give them 33% more HP, or at least get level 2. The Guardians will die instantly to the Hammer of the Witches, because it does exactly 100 HP, which is exactly the HP on a Guardian. So yeah, nice chunk of XP there for the Inquisitor. A little bit of bleed for the Eldar. The Eldar right now unable to build any gens apparently. He's got the 2 nodes up, but yeah, not building any gens. Seems a bit weird. That's going to delay his Shuriken absolutely nothing at all. It'll delay his second Shuriken. But some decent pressure. We've got the one Guardian down here capping. These pair of Guardians have been shut down relatively easily by the combination of the Inquisitor and the Sentinel. The Inquisitor there should really be doing another Hammer of the Witches on the Guardian, perhaps saving it to help control the Farseer. She's causing a bit of a nuisance for herself, killing a couple of the Guardsmen. Annoying because he doesn't have the Sergeant yet and probably doesn't want it due to the increased upkeep, but therefore you probably don't want to be reinforcing, paying an 18 requisition on for 2 Guardsman models. We'll see. So a little bit of miss micro there. The Inquisitor should not have been prodding that node, letting herself get forced off without another model right with the Hammer of the Witches. So maybe she got one. Yeah, she might actually. She got one. A bit of a guide here to put a bit more pressure on the Sentinel. First Cadishan Devil is going to be coming out. We're looking at one gen over here. And what's going on with these Guardsmen? Yeah, he's not going to reinforce them. Just going to bring them out with 4 models. In that case, you'll probably be dropping another gen. Or getting the Sergeant over here, one or the other. No gen. Why are you dropping a gen? One for... What's his 5th squad? Out ASAP, I guess, Deimos. Probably going for the Spotters next. You've got to get Spotters in this matchup. It's kind of no-brainer. The Shurikens themselves are just so damn good. Guardians need to stop firing at the Sentinel and kill the fucking 4 Guardsman models that are behind repairing. I mean, you know, they'll die relatively fast, and this is just a futile effort. You don't want to be trading until you've got your battle equipment. I mean, 33% extra HP is a damn lot extra. You're making your Guardians so much better at trading. Deimos is going for double Cadishan Devils. Alright, good luck, my man. It's going to be harder to deal with the Shurikens if you don't get Spotters. Okay, now he's going for Spotters. I'm going to say, you know, you can do it, but yeah, it's tricky. It's going to require really good IED usage if you go for double Cadishans. But if Mostafa could easily go for a Ranger after the double Shurikens, and then it kind of cooks you, so I do much prefer the Artillery Spotters. Spotters scale pretty well. They scale really well, and they're really good for your eco, because they never bleed. They're only 9 pop. So, we'll see, we'll see. The other thing that Deimos can be using is las turrets. We'll see, now he gets things online. The additional... Right at the very start of the game, it's quite advantageous for the IG, but then as the Shuriken comes out, it starts becoming favourable for the Eldar. But then as the IG gets the Cadishans and the Spotters and then some war gear, we see the crossbow bolt pistol here, then it becomes advantageous for the IG. But then in tier 2, when the Wraithguard come out, it becomes favourable for the Eldar. And then later than that, when a Manticore and an Ogrin presents, it's favourable for the IG to some extent, but we'll see. You've also got Assault Kit Stormtroopers. Talk about that a bit more when we get to tier 2. Here are the Spotters. I'm going to just drop down a smoke. Do we have any Sergeants yet? No, we don't. No Sergeants in the Guardsmen. So these guys are very vulnerable to the pew-pew. You see how fast the Guardsmen are getting melted here. And actually, they're outputting less DPS as well. I mean, this is 4 less las guns. And then the 2 sergeants is equivalent to 1 lasgun as well, so in total that's 5 less lasguns. A bit of poor micro there from Mostafa though, blobbing up tremendously, and that mortar shell was brutal in combination with shotguns from Kadashans to the side. But the good thing for Mostafa is he's really doing well in map control. Good God. Nothing has contested this shuriken up the top, and the Farseer is caught at the middle, even decapping the natural requisition of Deimos. Both players operating on a full gen farm right now. Ooh, Sentinel needs to be careful. Getting very aggressive against the shuriken here. No stomp on the Sentinel, which, you know, there's no melee units other than the Farseer. It's probably not necessary to get the stomp, but I think it's still generally worth it. You can exert a lot of pressure on a big open map like this with a lack of line of sight blockers. That is lessened on a map with more line of sight blockers. Having the Sentinel stomp is obviously a lot stronger because you hide behind the shot blockers and stomp them as soon as they come around. But still, you can flank shurikens with that stomp and displace them with it, which can be quite valuable, especially in tandem with an Inquisitor then that can move in, Hammer of the Witches, the lead model, etc, etc. No ID. Okay, I was just going to say no IDs yet. We've got one on the bottom. VP, of course, we see no Rangers yet for Mostafa, so that could be problematic. Now, we have to expect there's going to be IEDs, especially if the Kadashan Devils have been lurking for a while. You can watch their energy. If you see that they've got low energy when they start a fight and then they old reliable you know they've planted IEDs around. So then if you're a Farseer, you can start activating your Farsight Global and doing a lot of work. I really, really, really dislike that Mostafa has not got battle equipment on his Guardians. It's invaluable in this matchup. Energy shields to prevent your ranged units from being bled by lasguns. Potential retreat grenades against Kadashans and Guardsmen. And just, dude, 33% more HP on all your Guardians. That's so strong. That's incredibly strong, and just brute forcing his way through here with the sheer amount of DPS that the Guardians output, and a beautiful flank actually from the Shuriken over here. So even if these were disrupted by the spotters, the Sentinel would have had to run through the Shuriken and get wiped. And this kind of brute forcing is a lot easier to do if you have 33% more HP. And then it scales beautifully as well, because then that gives 33% more HP to the Warlock leader in Tier 2. Who himself gives damage resistance against range attacks. So yeah, it becomes very, very good. These guys become extremely cost-effective traders, which is actually what IG are meant to be good at, cost-effective trading. Now, Mostafa has got Tier 2 first, and he goes straight away for Wraithguard. I don't like this. I don't like this. Wraithguard are good if the enemy is encamped and moving around in blobs, and if the Wraithguard are fighting nearby to your shurikens, but you're playing on a very large map right now. You're playing on a very, very big map. It's going to take a very long time for the Wraithguard to get over to the gen farm. You're not going to get the bash. You're just going to get tied up in melee by an Inquisitor, by Kadashans, etc. I don't like the Wraithguard right here. I think it would be much better to get fully upgraded triple Guardians. Look at these troops here. How would they deal with fully upgraded Guardians? Now, we do have Assault Kit Stormtroopers that are called down using the global bar of the Inquisitor. They're okay. They can't trade with Guardians. They do less DPS, they've got less HP, they don't have damage resist. They cost more per model. Oh, nice combo. Frag grenade into an old reliable there. Beautifully done. Nearly wipes that Guardian squad. Get the battle equipment, Mostafa. Holy shit. This is unacceptable. 740 HP with a Warlock. Has he forgot that battle equipment gives 33% more HP? Jeez, man. Now there's a Chimera. The Wraithguard present, and they get tied up by the Inquisitor. Oh my gosh, it's almost like I'm psychic. Am I an Eldari? No, if I was, I'd be Dark Eldar. You guys know that. Maybe I am a Dark Eldar Archon. Out here in the fucking... in Kamora. Let me tell you, real life where I live, sometimes it do be feeling like Kamora, not gonna lie. Man's getting shanked on the streets, you know? Anyway. I'm not really sure how this Chimera is going to be dealt with now, because you're on a big open map. I've got to stress, guys, this map is so favourable to IG, it's unbelievable. The problem is you're on a big open map, so it's going to be really hard to lock it down with Bright Lances. You've got an old reliable to disrupt you from afar. You've got Hell Fury globals that are potentially dropped in. You've got no detection, and you've got assault kit stormtroopers sneaking around who can hit you with a frag grenade. And of course, you've got spotters who have a smoke shell or a mortar / incendiary shell. It's going to be really hard to kill this Chimera. It could have been an option to go for the Falcon instead. That could have been cool. That would have put on more pressure than the initial Wraith Guard. I think Mostafa definitely had the economy for it. He's got a shitload of power. Now, the Falcon would have been very vulnerable to a Melter Stormtrooper squad, but you can just get default Rangers. Really cheap, amongst the cheapest units in the game. They're going to give you detection on your Falcon, and they're going to give you a tremendous amount of extra capping power in terms of cost. I think that would have been quite a good choice. Obviously, when they're in the Falcon, they will then detect the Melter Stormtroopers for the Falcon, so that the Melter Stormtroopers shouldn't be able to get off their Melter Bomb. So I think that would have been the choice. You can see the Wraith Guard really aren't doing anything. I mean, they're known to be incredible in the matchup, but speed is their weakness. And on a big open map like this, I think the Wraith Guard are really going to struggle. Especially against a decent IG player who's actually going to split his units up and put pressure on different parts of the map, you know. Not really sure I agree with this use of the Kadashan Devils there, just pushing straight into the face of all this Eldar blob. Still not seeing any battle equipment on the Guardians. This is absolute heresy. I don't know what Mostafa is thinking in relation to that. For 15 power and roughly 50 requisition, I mean, it's just a complete fucking steal. What the hell? It literally gives the Warlocks 33% more HP too. It's just an absolute steal. That's why I keep mentioning it. I can't understand why anyone would not automatically be buying it in tier 2. Crazy. Anyway, I do have to question the choice to go for the plasma guns on the Guardsman here. It does more damage to the Wraith Guard, but there's only one Wraith Guard right now. An option that Mostafa would have right now is going for a Wraith Lord with a Bright Lance and trying to hunt down the Chimera with that. Deimos committed to the Primaris Psyker. Let's have a look at his pop. He's actually really low on pop, because again, he didn't go for the Sergeants. He's actually got the Commissars now, so he can do shit like getting the decap here while suppressed and then retreat break and rejoin with the Chimera later. I actually like that idea. So you're paying marginally less requisition for the upgrade, but you're paying 20 power. But the thing is, the Commissar does crazy high range DPS. I think he does like similar range DPS to like 5 lasguns. The Sarge does half a lasgun DPS. The Commissar's good in melee too. Not that that's particularly useful in this matchup, but it can be actually against default Guardians. It definitely has an impact. Banshees, what? Okay, I think Mostafa is on some of that good shit. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. I'm gonna say, I'm not sure why you're getting Banshees, brother. You don't even have Ogrins to kill. You just got a load of sneaky shit right now. Oh yeah, Warlocks detect, don't they? Yeah, because that makes sense. Because Eldar really need that. Warlocks have soft detection and Sentinels have soft detection because of the relative difficulty to get detectors with IG and Eldar, since they're not a squad upgrade but an independent squad itself. And then OM just get fucked because they don't get anything like that. I mean, if you're gonna actually have Warlocks detecting, then IST Acolytes should have soft detection too, but I don't agree with it. I don't think any of them should have detection. Sentinel did have detection in retail, so I mean, make of that what you will, but I don't think, whilst Kadashans are as versatile as they are right now, that Sentinels deserve to have detection. I don't think so. I'm not sure how much value the crossbow bolt pistols accrued. It generally is a pretty good choice against Eldar, because it is a piercing gun, basically. Range 38, normal piercing gun. You can just output a lot of bleed onto the Guardians in the early game. Especially if they don't get battle equipment. But yeah, I've not really seen her do much with that. She's mostly moving in, casting a few spells, running away. Psyker are just doing Psyker things right now. Again, you know, lack of HP on these Guardians, getting bullied by the Psyker. Wow, nearly fucking killed him with on the retreat path there. If he had the shoulder might shuriken, that would have been a dead Psyker. But doesn't have it, so the Psyker will live to fight another day, and Deimos is going tier 3. Which should be... Yeah, I think that should be pretty much GG if he gets a tank here. I'm not really sure what Mostafa can do. Mostafa can't even threaten a Chimera. Never mind a mighty Lehman Russ. That would be problematic. Using the mortar shell there because he couldn't see who was capping, didn't realise it was Wraithguard who were immune to the weapon knockback. But the IG are just outmaneuvering the Eldar, which is quite embarrassing. You know, it's not really the Eldar way to get outmaneuvered by their foes. That's very much what IG are doing, and this is nice play. You know, split up the Stormtroopers, the Cadishans, your Chimera, have them all attacking from different angles, outmaneuver your foe. See the Bright Lance there, completely set up in the wrong angle. Just face tanked by the Guardians. Good Hell Fury strike usage as well. Honestly, not really needed right there. You know, that was... It felt quite egregious. Oh, he went for one plasma gun, that's weird.
We have 200 points remaining.
I wouldn't have gone for the plasma gun because I would have anticipated a Wraith Lord and I would have gone for a last cannon heavy weapons team to deal with a Wraith Lord. But Deimos has just been so ahead in tech that it doesn't really matter. Not just tech, but just compositionally, moving around, maintaining map control. I mean, he bled a lot of VPs early on. Nice. Chimera just runs over the web gate while it's building. Go on, Commissars, go into melee! No, doesn't do it. They're pretty decent in melee, man. They do, like, a little bit more damage than a Slugger Boy. So, on retreat, they can get a kill on a Guardian model. Might as well go for it. And here comes the Lehman Russ. Whoa, what the fuck just happened there? What is going on? Is my GPU breaking right now? Got, like, some crazy green artifacting when the Wraith Lord hit the Chimera. To be fair, I've done a lot of these replays in a row here, guys. I think I better turn off my computer after this one. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Lehman Russ on the way. I don't know how Mostafa's ever gonna kill that. Really interesting that Mostafa didn't commit to a shoulder-mounted Bright Lance either. Or just no shoulder-mounted weaponry in his Wraith Lord. I think that's the first time I've seen Wraithguard hitting anything all game. A little bit of micro delay there from Deimos meant that the Wraithguard got a volley in onto that Kim. Stormtroopers can't get the cap there. Yeah. Deimos is aware. Goes for the frag grenade, but we're going to retreat. I mean, Wraithguard... If Wraithguard land a clean shot on level 1 Stormtroopers, they can actually just kill them instantly. And you see, that's like... That's why they're so good at blob fights and smaller maps where you can't really evade them very well, but you've seen how it's worked in this game. Like, the Wraithguard just aren't even hitting anything because they're too slow. Got a guide on the Bright Lance there, but oh my god, the Chimera gets out. Would have been one more hit as well. Wow, execution on Lehman Russ, ballsy. Very ballsy. Very aggressive. Very aggressive. He didn't move it and he loses it to the Wraithguard. Okay, Mostafa. Okay, Deimos is giving you a win con, buddy. He's got the Bright Lance on the Wraith Lord. The Wraith Lord didn't flank, though, to attack the Chimera, even though it's got a Bright Lance. What is he doing? Mostafa. I think he should be having an Autark right now, not going tier 3. I think you should get an Autark. It's going to counter sidecapping Castakins. It's going to be a pain in general to deal with sidecapping. I'm pretty sure the Autark beats Cadishans 1v1. Nah, probably doesn't, does she? Maybe with the shield she will as well. Shield and spear. Mostafa can afford it, man. You know what? I hope Mostafa loses, though. He still hasn't even got fucking battle equipment. Like, come on. He deserves to lose for not buying battle equipment. The attack would be good for hunting down the Psyker too. Any melter guns on the Kassakin? Not yet. They're grabbing it. They've got that little crack grenade. I don't believe that snares though. It just does a little bit of spike damage. They're not throwing it. What are they doing? Yeah, they're pursuing the Wraith Lord. Psyker's acting as a bit of bait right now. They're gonna get their melter guns. But the problem is the melter guns are shorter range than the las guns. So if you don't micro them, they do that, where they just stand too far away and they don't shoot their melters. There goes the crack. Bang. A little bit of spike damage. Nothing major. The thing is, the Kassakin can swap out their guns whenever they like, so that's why they're not very good. It's a bit finicky using the melter guns, but yeah, you can just swap back to the las guns whenever you want. Plasma guns, mid launchers, whatever. He needs more AV. Where's the other AV? You've got a melter gun on your Kadishan Devils too. Oh wow, Mostafa got tier 3 and used the global to call in Seers. Actually, that's a pretty good play, damn. I forgot entirely about the Farsight. The Farseer global from Seers. Oh, Farsight global for Seers. But he has nothing to kill the Chimera. Where's the Wraith Guard? They're coming out of base, waddling slowly. They need a Guardian escort. Looks like the Guardians got wrecked down bottom by Stormtroopers. Sea Council wiping a Gazma squad right now. They should probably be retreating. You don't really want to be bleeding right now. This is a really unnecessary, egregious fight. Mostafa's he's got the VP lead, but he's losing all the VPs. Where's the Wraith Lord gone? Wait, oh my god, what happened to the Wraith Lord? Did the Wraith Lord just die? Oh, fuck off. How did the Wraith Lord die? The Wraith Lord died to Kassakin with melter guns? You've got to be kidding me. Ah, the Inquisitor picked up the Inferno pistol. Also the Inquisitorial Mandate, which can increase her speed by 3 for 7 seconds. It's pretty good for hunting down a Wraith Lord. Yeah. You see, it's funny, isn't it? Like, this is the power of just having the ability to swap to 2 shitty little melter guns and the Kassakin. If it was just an Inferno Pistol Inquisitor, you just tie it up with your Wraith Lord. But suddenly, 2 shitty little melter guns on the Kassakin squad. Now, there is another bit of AV shooting at you whilst you chase the Wraith Lord. And that leads to the Wraith Lord getting killed. I just want to point out how the Wraith Guard did basically nothing all game, and now they're getting wiped as well by the Hell Fury.
No.
So I think, yeah, I don't think there's anything Mostafa can do here with the VP situation. It's too low. He's not going to be able to get on the point. Nope, that's going to be GG. Damn, man. Deimos literally handed him the win con to this game there with the fucking, with the wipe on the Lehman. Oh, what can I say? What can I say? I don't know. Just, guys, please buy your battle equipment or your Guardians. Unless you're using them just to cap. You know, you've got one Guardian in a team game. You're not interested. You're just side capping with it. Then fine. If it's just a side capper and a repair unit, you don't need to get battle equipment. But if you've gone triple Guardians and you're using them to trade with the enemy in ranged firefights and you're out trading their guardsmen, you're just pushing straight through the sentinel, then yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. That's going to be all from your boy Torpid this time. Hope you enjoyed this, folks. Torpid signing out.